really awkward if just at the exact beginning of the stream, I just immediately sneeze.
Alright, we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our stream. It's been a little while. And I got Bis here again.
Our stream. In the middle of this eternal dream, our stream.
I'm gonna have to remember how to control this game, so it doesn't get out of control.
Laney, it's a classic Sonic game. There's left, right, down, and then like just every button does the same thing. Just every button does the same fucking thing.
And
all
we're
of
off.
them.
If I remember correctly, last time I played this, there was some like annoying stage that I didn't like. That I was stuck on.
Oh yeah, it was the one with the fucking the what was it, demolition derby stadium car. Oh god, I wish I could make a platforming engine as good as the Sonic Worlds engine, which makes me come. Fuck, did I say that in did I say that in another stream? God damn it! At least nobody's watching the point.
Well, they might be watching in the future.
Oh god, that's like the second time I've been in somebody's stream and just said that.
Oh yes, and it's got this song that I always just associate with one Source Filmmaker video I saw years ago, like I'll never find again.
It's a shame you do, because this is an absolute bangerino. Also, it's from Sonic CD, which you need to play on stream.
I own it.
Yeah, play it on stream then. Wait, have you played it yet? I can't remember.
No, I haven't played it at all.
Play it on stream for the first time and have me there, and I'll be like, "Whoa!"
I was thinking of having that be something I can play next month.
Oh yeah, next month, otherwise known as the Nunth.
I don't got anything else for next month, really. I've got Enter the Gungeon, and I've got Sonic, Team Sonic Racing, which is almost done. Probably only got one more stream left.
Aww.
And I've been thinking about coming back to Sonic Lost World on stream, since I haven't played it since I streamed it. Why not just stream it some more?
Well, I mean, Sonic Lost World shit, so that's a good reason not to stream.
I like that game.
I mean, you're...
My favorite. Also, hello, Waluigi.
Oh wait, for a second I thought you were talking at me, because I sounded vaguely like Luigi then.
Luigi, what's the hold up?
Get the fuck! No, I was about to do like Newgrounds Mario voice then. Mario! I don't... Mario! Don't rush me, okay? I can't do it. I can't
Mario, I ate your cheese!
What, Luigi? What you fucking say to me, Luigi? I'm gonna fucking kill you! I'm gonna fucking get you, Luigi!
It always amuses me when we start doing Mario jokes on a Sonic game stream.
I'm gonna start doing Sonic jokes. Actually, you never stream Mario, because there's no Mario on PC.
Well, we did Super Mario 3D Land.
Oh yeah!
It didn't run the best, but, you know. And I still want to do Super Mario Bros. 2. I wanted to stream that with you.
It was really weird how your 3DS just couldn't handle that game. Like, I think you need to get the thing serviced.
I was watching Ron Vinesauce the other day. I think, or he was. So what? It was kind of a strange string of things how it got to there. He was playing Final Fantasy IX. There was a part where there's enemies where their faces kind of look a bit like Majora's Mask. And then he brought up that there's people doing a mod for Majora's Mask 3D to try and fix the issues that some people have with it. And like add quality of life stuff for it. And then from there he got to the topic of how good, or because he said, I don't even know how you mod a 3DS game. And then he's got talking about the 3DS emulation. And he said, yeah, oh boy. And he's asking how like feasible it is now, like how close to being 100% accurate is it yet? And my reaction was just like, yeah. It's like, is it real accurate yet? And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, it was okay. But then somebody in the chat said it was about 70% there, and I was like, yeah, that sounds about right.
To be fair, from your Mario streams, it looked like it was 100% there, but only at like 40% the speed.
Well, it was more like 70% of the speed, but yeah, well, sometimes it goes full speed. Just depends on what stage you're playing.
It's one of those situations where you kind of just wish it would stay at 70% the speed, because at least it'd be consistent. Also, this is the stage that Scrimbus is your dunking.
Yes, and it just did. No.
Lainey, when you drop all your rings, you should probably pick one.
I was trying to! It's not like I'd lose my rings and then just, like, no, I'll go without them. I try.
I swear to God you turned away and went and jumped back up instead of grabbing rings. I swear on my bad memory.
Oh.
Otherwise known as a memory.
Yeah, the thing is, like, with that emulation stuff, it's like, it's all kind of just down to, you know, understanding how exactly the system interprets its code, as opposed to being able to be powerful enough to interpret the code, because obviously my computer can run circles around the 3DS as far as what it can render. It's just what can the emulator like tell the computer properly about what it's supposed to be rendering, you know? And in a reasonable amount of like resources being used. Because like it's kind of basically it's inefficient at the moment. Like it's using more resources to do things than it needs to currently. Because like, you know, you shouldn't need a supercomputer to run a 3DS game.
Well, I mean, you'd need a computer more powerful than mine to do it.
But yeah, that's why, like, there's stuff that doesn't seem like it should be very difficult, like the Nintendo 64. Goodness. Come on, give me a ring. No! I wanted the ring! I couldn't get up there! The ring stayed too high up.
Oh, rest in poopus.
I don't know if we're...
you died!
I don't know if we're gonna make it past this part on a stream either.
Oh, Lainey, you precious.
It's gonna be another stream of not being able to get past this part.
I really like this stage.
So far, it's my least favorite part of this. It's like, no, stop! But yeah, like, Nintendo 64 emulation was very difficult for a long time. Like, just a couple years ago, I remember, or even just a year ago, hearing about how they were still, like, fiddling around with certain games trying to get them to work properly.
Yeah.
And, like, it doesn't seem like it should be that hard, considering the Nintendo 64 isn't all that powerful, but it's just kind of, like, I've heard it's very confusingly made. Like, I remember, like, even when it was current, it was... Oh, no! People had difficulty, like, it was very difficult to program for, apparently. I'm out of rings. I'm gonna get skrinked. Yep, I got it.
Oh, no, no, you could still make it! You did.
I couldn't.
You could still make it. You could still you did.
You're a little behind.
I know I'm behind. I just find it funny to pretend that you have hope. It's my way of taunting you. Also, while YouTube says picking up rings is too much work.
I saw that, yes.
And that, kids, is why you should never get engaged.
There's a little bit of input lag, I think just because of the way I'm playing it through the preview to make it bigger, so I can actually see what I'm doing. I think that's not doing me any favors here.
You know,
it seems
really
a little
funny?
sluggish, but...
I don't have that problem because my monitor's so low resolution that like this game on its default resolution just looks good anyway. So now I get to be smug that your better monitor is actually a hindrance. Get skunked!
The game is so tiny. I ain't going down here because I get run over.
What is this, Sonic for
ants? No! I almost avoided it. The rings are just impossible to get back.
I hate the fact that in the Sonic American comics there's a character who isn't an ant. Just a little ant.
Is he named Bingus the Ant?
Let me look it up.
Oh, I almost just walked off that edge because I wasn't paying attention. There you go. Bingus the Ant. It's better than George the Chestnut. Ooh.
Oh, could see.
Oh.
I have to go.
Oh. Is there any Sonic character named George? No! I don't like that part of the stage.
I'm sorry.
It's so hard to get past those enemies.
Oh, I can't find him. I can't find him now. I swear to God, I've seen him in a comic, but on the wiki page. For this. Oh fuck, let me see. Sonic.
I'm out of. This is my last chance. I'm out of lives now. I think on my last stream we made it past here, and then I got killed on a later section.
I believe in you, honey. You got this. Also, the ant is called Archimedes.
Oh, well, that's not nearly as good as my idea was.
Was it Bingus?
Yes, Bingus the Ant. Last name McScringus.
Last name what?
McScringus.
Bingus McSpringus the ant.
Oh.
Oh, fuck yes! Believe in the fairy that believes in you, says Waluigi. Waluigi is referring to me. I think you can do this. You just have to take it a bit slower. You just have to like, calm down.
Sonic.
Calm down.
Also, we're on a limited time frame here.
Yeah, it's like 10 minutes. You'll be fine.
Oh no! There's one more I gotta get.
You got this, honey. I believe in you. I believe in you.
No, I fell. Oh no! No, I've been. Oh no!
You got this. Come on.
Just...
You got this.
No lives, no rings.
You're gonna live.
Wrong jump.
You only needed one more.
Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, rings. Still no lives though.
It's okay. Who needs lives?
Me.
All you have to do is collect 100. Wait, there's another one of these sections?
Yes, this is the one where I keep dying.
Oh, for God's sake, this goes on for far too fucking long.
Yes, my complaint. I think there's actually another one after this too, if my memory is correct.
Oh,
isn't the last
why
one?
did they do this so much?
I don't know. And there's like a weird glitch that can happen with the stars too, where they don't, like, reset or something, I remember.
Which is actually something that the first Mario Maker had as well.
Okay, the door opens.
I watched a video called Things You Can Do in Mario Maker That You Can't Do in Super Mario
Maker. Oh nope, that was the
2.
last section.
For someone who dislikes shiny things, I'm starting to dislike stars, says Waluigi. To which I say, understandable. I think that... I think
don't get killed! Oh no! Please give me the ring. There we go.
I believe in you, but also it's fun to watch you struggle.
I hope everyone else doesn't share that feeling about it.
You're a streamer, honey. People come to watch you suffer.
Oh. Ah! I don't want to lose that ring. It's very important. How long is this level? No, why is that there?
Why is what there?
Why was that there?
Is this a bit of bad enemy placement? Oh my God, the enemy placement is terrible!
Okay, we made it. I got to see for a very brief moment Sonic just standing still at the end there.
Oh, God.
Before the camera panned away. He's supposed to look like he's going off, continuing to roll off the screen, I believe.
Yeah.
But I still have to be extremely careful because if I lose a life still now, that's game over and I'll have to redo all of this.
Yay, you didn't die, says Waluigi.
But
it's like,
disaster might still come for us at this point.
I think I don't want to jinx it, but I believe in you.
Oh, this is instant death down here because there's the sign.
Oh no. Ooh. Oh my god, it's really clever that they have the sign.
No! Okay, it wasn't any more there. It's only next to the sign, I believe.
That was really fucking scary. I just saw the bit where you thought you were Scrunkus, but you weren't.
Sonic, just bounce. Whoa, that was a weird thing he did. There you go. Sonic, just do the bounce.
Oh yeah, those things bounce you higher if you go on them faster.
I kind of understood that after he sat there bouncing off of it for a while. But here's a meme. Who thought this was a good idea to put this here?
Come on, game designers,
It's a trap.
get it together.
It's a trap. It's supposed to prevent you from just running forward. Me standing outside your house with a bat is a trap to prevent you from just walking forward. Oh, that was almost a complete disaster there.
Okay, I understand what the person was.
Okay. That was
Like,
oh my goodness gracious, I just averted crisis completely there.
oh god, I saw that. That was incredible.
No! Oh no!
Are you dead?
Yes.
Oh
Game
my
over.
god, honey, you're doing so well.
It's just those ones on the ceiling are so hard to avoid.
They really fucking are. Oh, honey. Even if this video game doesn't love you, guess what does?
You.
No, I mean your loving viewing audience. Also me.
You're more important.
Wow, that's a really mean thing to say to Waluigi, the true god. And Ash is part of your audience.
I was just trying to be
I'm
nice and
sometimes
then
part of your audience.
I was trying to
So
be
then,
nice and then you're like rude.
how could I be better than a group of people that contains myself? At that point, you're implying that everybody other than me is
Does
so
the set
bad.
does
that
the
it
set of
ruins
all
the group.
sets contain itself?
That's a good idea. Oh my god, Waluigi's being super sweet and saying, forget Waluigi, romance is more important.
See, Waluigi is nice.
But what if romance and Waluigi are the same thing?
Well, there is that scene in Mario Golf World Tour where he has the rose. When he gets a hole-in-one, I believe.
I really want somebody to make an animated movie based on Romeo and Juliet, but Romeo is Waluigi.
Waluigi and Waliet and Wariet. It's like Wario.
Plot twist: Waluigi is the ultimate wingman. Okay, I've got a questioninus for you, Elaninus.
What?
Okay, imagine Waluingus had been in. Why are you laughing at me? Okay, imagine Waluigi had been in Super Mario 64 DS, right?
Mm-hmm. Which everybody thought he was when I was a kid.
Yeah. What do you think his flower power would be? And also, what would his abilities be in general?
Well, he just kind of he's a high stepper.
Okay, so he's like
He's got long steps.
Okay, here's my thought, right? Is
Mhm.
imagine Waluigi is like very fast and jumps very high, right?
Uh-huh.
But he has 1 HP. Waluigi is like expert mode, and all of his animations are changed to be like super flamboyant and show-offy. So it's like either you're playing Waluigi well and it's beautiful, or you get hit once and it's all
Waluigi
over.
is beautiful. What a beautiful being he is.
Statement of fact. And I think his power flower ability. That's a good question, actually.
Here we see the beautiful Waluigi in its natural habitat.
Was the start that there wasn't like an invincibility in Mario 64, so maybe he could have that.
I got nothing to say about what just happened.
Waluigi would be the kind of person to sell his soul for cool moves, says Waluigi. Are you okay?
You see what happened?
Oh my god, lady!
Lost 2 lives or twice right in a row. For ridiculous reasons. This game is not doing me good at this point. I have a very strong feeling that we're not going to get past this level before we move on to Undertale.
Well, that's okay. It just means that next time it gets to be like, you know, it gets to be like the comeback round. It gets to be the redemption.
Yeah, but the thing is that we already spent a stream playing this area and not making it past it. So we're going to go on to 3.
You could send me your save. I could beat this level and then send you the save back.
But you see, that's cheating.
How is it cheating? It's like, imagine I was there in person, right?
Yeah. I'd still
Would
say it
you
was
let
cheating.
Wow. Who cares if it's fucking cheating?
You think I'm a cheater?
Yes.
Excuse me?
You cheat all the time.
Like when? See?
I feel like you cheat at Cadence
No.
of Hyrule.
I never played Cadence of Hyrule.
You still cheated it though.
Hate these things they're gonna end my whole career.
Cause you see, Elena, you propagated a rumor prior to the release of Cadence of Hyrule.
This game
That
have a
was
manual
actually
save
a
mode?
fake
No, it
leak.
does not. No.
And because you propagated that rumor that Cadence of Hyrule was a fake
No.
leak, nobody had time to prepare to play it other than you.
No. I didn't even play it.
Do you remember when you were sharing all of that? Well, I mean, nobody's bought it because they don't think it's real because of you.
Well.
Because you kept sharing that, like, doctored footage. Even though there was real footage you could have shared.
Sometimes I don't know what to do with you.
Context for everybody who's curious. There was a good few weeks where I just pretended not to believe Cadence of Hyrule was real, just to piss Elena off. Just to fucking...
And now you're still doing it.
No, now the story's changed. Now I'm stating that I believe it's real now, but you had convinced me it wasn't real. With fake material. Like, you made fake footage of a real game, just to make the game seem fake.
Alright, time to get the stars. Also, I wanted to mention there is no manual saving in this. It's just game saves. It's just like the old Sonic games where it saves when you clear a zone.
Oh, what? Yeah. Although you say that, that's only Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Aww. Thank you.
No!
You got this, Lane. Take it slow and
I'm
steady.
trying, but I can't get past those darn things. They always pringle me.
I feel like the projectiles move too slowly. Like, they move so slowly that, like, you kind of almost can't dodge them by jumping, because you'll, like, fall back onto them.
Something is very difficult about them.
You have no rings. I'd grab... Oh, there's rings.
I got some now. You said you have no rings right after I just had over 6 rings now.
They move too slow, but she moves too fast.
What if I move like
oh my
this?
God. That reminds me of my favorite action movie quote. Have you ever heard this, Elena? I need to kill fast, and bullets too slow. I say action movie, it's actually from an awful Gmod video, but the Gmod video is basically an action movie.
That reminds me of the Splatfest that's going on currently. They have a song from the Octo expansion in there, the song Shark
Nice.
Bites. And
Otherwise known as shites.
that one I always hear a bunch of lyrics in it, even though, you know, they're just speaking their squid language. And I hear Marina's part goes, what was it? Goes, glad for this action, so delightful. Goes, glad for this action, so delightful. And then she goes,
God,
kill, just to die.
Wow!
And then kill,
so bad.
walk away.
Ouch. Edge.
And then something about an auto blaster shotgun.
I like the song that's like exclamation scrongy tasty Lee.
Oh, I just got past that. That was real clutch.
Or is it exclamations tasty Lee? Something like that.
I know there's one song where it sounds like Pearl's singing about ice cream, I think.
God, I would eat some ice cream if it was in my mouth hole right now.
From Pearl.
This is on stream, Elena. You can't ask me a question like that. You can't just ask if I want Pearl to hand feed me ice cream.
Your hands is what I was talking about.
How else do you feed somebody ice cream?
That's for me to know.
I'm very concerned. Okay. I guess she could like dip her tentacles in ice cream and have to suck the tip. That'd be pretty nice. And here I was earlier on worrying that I was like saying stuff that was out of line for stream, and here you are being like, "Do you want to suck ice cream off of Marina's tentacles?"
What was Pearl? But...
Did you say Pearl?
Yeah. Well, I messed that one up. I can't get up there. Waluigi wants to know what Splatfest teams we were on.
Oh, sorry. I'm like reflexively talking about Pearl's tentacle. I mean Marina. Fuck. Now I'm getting
it was
mixed
Pearl.
up the other way. Yes, I mean I'm reflexively talk about Marina's tentacles even when I'm thinking of Pearl. Anyway, I'm on Team Order.
Me too. It's just so that I can play with little.
I'm on Team Order mostly because I feel like I would prefer like a techno dystopia than like a Mad Max dystopia.
I like Team Chaos because of my own like things I was coming up with for it.
Oh yeah, like when Pearl takes a shit on the floor.
Yeah, where Pearl just like goes just like it just like takes over the world. Just like completely becomes unhinged. It's like Pearl hears the announcement that Chaos won the Splatfest. He was reported to have hit the dab and yelled yeet. Also, I can't get past this darn part.
Oh yeah, I think you fucked it.
And then there was like day one of Pearl winning the Splatfest. Pearl has reportedly been seen taking a dump in the middle of Inkopolis Square.
I love how that's in quotes. Also, Waluigi's like, dang, I thought we'd both be on Chaos. And like, I feel like in real life I'd be on Team Chaos, but in Splatoon world I prefer like techno shit over like, you know, feudal shit.
And I liked, or my other part was Pearl will not stop screaming was seen taking a dump in the middle of Inkopolis Square. Why does she keep needing to take a dump so urgently? There has to be outside. That's because it's part of being chaotic.
But you might want to go away from the screws to see if they reset position.
I doubt it. Nothing ever seems to do that in this game.
Because you literally can't do this right now.
Sometimes there's like another path.
We'll go on another path then.
Yeah, there seems to be another path. Okay. Crisis averted. Oh, I just went through the ceiling. Oh no, you don't. Oh.
I feel like the physics in Sonic Worlds are slightly more forgivable in certain ways. It's good. Like you need less speed to get up a loop disc group, and that's good.
Uh oh, bottomless pits. Okay, checkpoint. Spikes. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Bottomless pits.
This is where I lost. This is where I got game over last time. I got 2 lives this time though, so it's less clunch time.
Clunch. Can you not say clunch? Because it sounds halfway between clutch and a horrible fucking British slang term. such an awful one. Just the most disgusting word in British.
It's just I just wanted to say something a little bit stranger than just clutch.
That's fair. I say
Or
clinch
clinch.
sometimes. It's just I don't say it on stream, Elena, because I have some professionalism.
Well, I watch Vine Sauce.
I know you do, Elena. You send me Vine Sauce clips twice a second. You have a tattoo of Vinny Vine Sauce on your left butt cheek.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
Well, if I do, then you put it there.
What? No. I put the Waluigi tattoo there.
The Waluigi pinball textures.
Yeah. Okay, context for people who don't know. I once threatened to take a texture sheet from Waluigi Pinball, like the entire stage is textures, and just tattoo it on Elena's butt. No, specifically I said that I was going to retexture her ass with Waluigi
With those textures,
Pinball
yes.
texture. So realistically, it's like most of her ass's geometry would be just transparent, but there'd be like a floating like texture sprite sheet of Waluigi Pinball, like slightly
Whoa,
rounded.
that was kind of fun.
Also, Waluigi says that they're gonna pretend.
Oh, there was the big ring. I've been missing those every single time because I don't know when the exit's coming up. I don't know when to jump for the ring.
Oh, but the ring completes the sort of like the picture here. It's almost better to have it there.
Okay, Biz.
Don't you fucking...
Oh, that's right, there's...
missing me.
Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, it was cutscenes still turned on, but we can't see them.
Yeah, we can't see them.
Oh, that's right, I had to delete them.
Yeah, because Flash cutscenes aren't good.
I don't remember what the reason was I had to delete them entirely, but... Also, this is just Kirby music. It's just from the Meta Knight stage in Kirby Superstar.
I somehow knew it'd be Heavy Lobster's theme. Otherwise known as Hobster.
Yep, Heavy Lobster.
Can I just say that I hate the bosses in this game? Because they're all the same thing.
I kind of miss Heavy Lobster. I wish they'd put him in more games. The last game he was in was Kirby Mass Attack, and that was only in the pinball minigame as a boss.
I have a statement, right?
But
okay, I don't want Heavy Lobster back. I want like here's the thing, right? Okay, it's just having Heavy Lobster back would be boring. I think it'd be interesting if we had like another robot that's based on a crustacean, because then it implies that this is like the spiritual successor to Heavy Lobster, you know,
well, there was already there was already Heavy Mole before Heavy Lobster.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, but I don't feel like they were made by the same people.
Well, they technically were. They were made by the people who make the Kirby games.
I mean, in universe, Elena, you know what I mean. Like I think the Halberd next.
I always just like the character.
I
just like the characters themselves and just want to see them again.
Well, that's the thing, is like you generally just like to see things again. I like to see things evolve. That's the reason why I like. Go on.
Like, I wasn't too big of a fan of Kirby. I don't even remember what it was called anymore. Kirby Star Allies. But the things that I did like in it was just the stuff that returned that we haven't seen for a while.
I feel, I don't know, I'm kind of sick of franchises that are like doing a bit too much of that.
That's basically all I like. I only like the new stuff, kind of, if all of the other characters I liked are still there. Although with Pokemon I'm the opposite, as I've talked about a few times. I pretty much only like the new Pokemon, and what I like in Pokemon is discovering new Pokemon, and they've been having that less and less lately. Like, it was like... I had that twice, like, perfectly, because the first game I played was Leaf Green version, before I knew any of the Pokemon. And so I was discovering new Pokemon the whole time I was playing it. And then... years later, the second Pokemon game I played was Black, which had that thing where it was only new Pokemon until you beat the game.
Which was good.
Yeah, and then so I was spoiled by all of. I don't even know what the heck I just did to open that door, by the way. But I was spoiled by all of that. And then in the next generation was X and Y, where here's the fewest new Pokemon we've ever had. And it's like, oh. And then Sun and Moon, I think, had slightly more new Pokemon, but they did the thing of, and we're gonna show you all but like 3 of them before the game comes out. It's like,
yeah.
And they seem to be doing that again with Sword and Shield, and I'm just not even gonna look this time. But also, I'm kind of, the main thing that's disappointing me about the roster is basically the opposite of everyone else, where they're like, but not everything is back. For me, it's like, too much of the old stuff is back. Like, just, the game supposedly isn't going to have a very big roster of Pokemon, which is fine, but then most of it seems to be taken up with ones that already exist. And it's like, just, if you're gonna have I think it was like 120 was what I've heard, which seems extremely small. But, like, and then most of that looks to just be old stuff, so I'm just like, you know, this is completely opposite to what I want. If it was 120 and it was all new, then I'd be like, ooh, that's pretty good. Not too shabby, but...
That's, I do find it interesting how you're the exact opposite of something like Kirby, though. Like, don't get me wrong, I like seeing old characters back if they're doing something interesting.
Well, in something like Kirby, I don't really care about discovering new creatures. I do, well, Kirby does have the kind of thing, when I first played it, where it's really fun to discover the new copy, or discover all the copy abilities. That's something that I've only really got the first time I played Kirby, because then they do the thing of, they advertise the game based on the copy abilities that are in it, you know? Like, that's a thing they heavily advertise, is look at the new copy abilities in the Kirby game. And the enemies that give it to you, so you just know.
I do find it interesting though, because like Star Allies I think is like probably realistically the weakest of the current Kirby quadrilogy, right? But I kind of think of it positively because it introduced stuff like Void Terminator. I really like. I like the Mage Sisters. I like their character. I like them as characters. I like a bit of the world building as well.
I think Kirby Planet Robobot was kind of the happy medium there of having a whole bunch of old stuff that we hadn't seen for a while, and then also very kind of new aesthetic and everything.
No, but that's the thing, is like, I feel like Robobot is something that pleases us both, because I think it only ever brought back old characters either to do something important, or it brought them back in a new way. Like, the final boss is like a clear example of that. They bring back fucking Kabula, but like, Kabula has like an entire transformation and stuff.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that actually. I forgot Kabula was in there because it's so different. I forgot that was even Kabula.
Well, I mean, I think that's, I don't know, I like that. I like the fact that she's, you know, she's progressing as a person. She's getting more advanced.
Person. Yeah, this little airship blimp thing.
She's canonically got a name and like a gender, so as far as I'm concerned, she's a person. Just because she doesn't have like a face that moves doesn't mean she's not a person.
Well, get with the program.
Get with the program, Elena. Come on, stop being such a fucking drag. But yeah, Kabula's there, like.
Kabula the Onion.
Never say it to me ever again. Wait. If you like people returning, it's a shame you didn't play Star Allies when the DLC came out then, because they have pretty much every main interesting.
Yeah, but it was almost none of the characters that I really cared about, though.
What characters do you fucking care about who weren't in there?
Well, I mean, those ones were basically already in the game. They didn't really add anything that I really cared about.
That's fair. To me, just the fact that there's like such a big playable character base and you can play through the game like a ton of times as a load of people is interesting. And also, I kind of loved my bullshit strategy for beating the hardest version of the arena, where I played as the 3 Mage Sisters, but then had like 3 Adeline and Ribbons, who I could make produce healing items. So I was basically doing screen nuke attacks with the most overpowered characters, Well, like, and that's
Whoa.
three people. So
That was
already
kinda funny
three
there.
girls there. And then you
Very
had like,
bouncy.
and then you had like 3 copies of a lesbian couple all producing this food. Ribbon and Adeline kiss. I bet. I refuse to believe they don't.
They added quite a few characters from games I didn't play, and then, you know, the little villain characters from the other games were not characters that I was ever, like, you know, that into. So,
Are you telling me that you're not into DeRoach?
not really.
Wow.
He's kind of one of my... He's not a character I'd put among my favorite Kirby characters.
Okay, who's your top 20 favorite Kirby characters?
I like Mr. Frosty.
You know
He's
what?
funny.
I don't want to hear the rest. Stop.
I always put Mr. Frosty at the top.
He is literally the worst thing in all of Kirby.
He's one of my favorites.
I hate him so much. He slapper his ass at the camera.
Yes.
I hate it. He shouldn't legally be allowed to do that. I'm gonna be honest.
I like Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright. Hope Tails got tired.
Mr. Shine and Mr. Bright.
You're in Kirby's Adventure.
I mean, they're a cute couple, but I don't see why they're like top 20 material.
I like the Bean Bonds from Kirby Mass Attack.
That's fair. You're like the one person I know who super duper likes Mass Attack.
It's one of my favorites.
I'm really not I'm not into it.
It's what got me into Kirby, really.
That's the thing that
Got me
weirds
into
me.
the Kirby wiki.
That's the thing that's wild to me is that you're like a big person on the Kirby wiki, but like you're also a very non-standard fan because you got in with a spin-off.
And I just liked it in sort of a encyclopedic way of, you know, like listing everything and because there's lots of things in Kirby.
Also, you just kept insisting that Ado and Adeline were separate characters for no reason.
I like how we're talking about everything but Sonic while we're playing this Sonic game. We talked about Mario, and now we're talking about Kirby.
We just kind of meander, that's our style. Also, this level's main gimmick of like...
Also, I think this once we
shooting
finish this act, that'll be the end of this, because we have gone a little over time.
Wait a second, is this Act 3 of the zone?
Probably. When we're done with this zone, I mean.
Okay, when we're done the zone, that sounds good then.
We talk about less during Undertale because I have to do so much reading.
That's kind of the reason why I like doing this before Undertale, is it's a good warm-up, and then Undertale's like just getting serious. Yeah, this zone is quite fucking boring, Waluigi.
Yeah.
Also,
I think that's why we're
visually-
talking over it so much.
Also, just visually, they've taken a load of assets from a load of other levels, and they just kind of don't really make a coherent, interesting whole. It's just a load of stuff.
I've got one character in common that I think that we both like from Kirby, which is the Galactic Nova.
Oh yeah,
It's one of my favorites.
I love the Galactic Nova because it embodies kind of an important part of my aesthetic, which is like science, magic, deity with a cute face, which is basically me. I am Nova.
And what else did I like? I like all of the soul bosses. That's always been a neat concept, I thought, because I always like how the game gets real serious when you get to those parts. It takes on a whole new sort of dark tone.
What's your favorite Kirby fan theory?
I don't remember any off the top of my head.
Okay, do you want me to tell you some?
No. Oh yeah, I think a lot. I was just gonna say I have a couple more favorite Kirby characters that are from Mass Attack, which is there's these little like ape monkey guys called Urus. I always liked. They're like these little purple guys, and there's like a whole section where they're like in outer space.
That's pretty cute.
And they're like little space ones. And then there was news roots, which are these little plants that sleep until you get close to them. And there's different versions that have different powers. There's just a lot of cute little things in Kirby Mass Attack.
Okay, Elena, I need to tell you some Kirby fan theories.
Okay.
Okay, number 1, right? You know 02?
Yeah.
You know how 02 smiles at you before the eyes disappear and the mouth opens up into a big eye?
I was not aware of that. I've never actually played the game that he's from.
Okay, well 02 basically in the start of the fight has like as a smiling face, but the eyes disappear and the mouth opens up into a big eye. There was a fan theory for a while that 02 was a heel turn version of Gooey.
Well, I mean, Gooey is supposed to be like a piece of dark matter.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it makes some sense. I just think it's kind of like funny to be like, yeah, the long-tongued weirdo is actually the Angel of Death.
Okay, mostly fan theories I've heard is just like Meta Knight is a member of Kirby's species.
That's not a fan theory. That's
and then there's like something about like Galactonite being like Kirby from the future or something like that. Or
yeah, I think at this point that's basically just like not. I think it's deconfirmed, but I think it's confirmed that like
Galactonite is very weird because he's never appeared in any of the like canon sections of the games.
Actually, I'm not sure about that anymore.
He's appeared in the Meta Knight sections, which are supposed to be non-canon, according to the developers. And then he's appeared in the True Arena a couple times, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be part of the canon or not.
I could have sworn, I really could have sworn that the bonus mode in Kirby Star Allies might be somewhat canon. I think maybe I don't think it's an alternate timeline. I think it hypothetically takes place afterwards. I could be wrong. I might be misremembering.
They consider the Meta Knight mode in like Kirby Superstar Ultra and everything as just like as non-canon, just because it makes no sense. Yeah. Because like Meta Knight goes through and destroys his own ship for no reason and stuff like that.
I think actually, to be more specific, it's not non-canon in so much as the stuff that happens there has no reflection on the universe. Rather, it's like it's an alternate timeline. Because like in Robobot, the Meta Knight mode is very distinctly. No, wait, in Robobot, the fuck is.
Oh,
canon.
I got the ring this time. I got the ring.
Or is it? I think. Okay, wait, Elena.
I got the big ring. Let's see what happens.
I think
something. The game's gonna be exciting. Special stage. Oh yeah, we've done this before. Okay, yeah, continue.
I was gonna say.
Sorry, I forgot about it.
That's right. Okay, so the Meta Knight mode in Robobot I think is canon because you get to that. Because wait, no, is it? Am I misremembering?
I don't think so.
Never mind.
Galactonite, I believe, is on, and in that he's not actually Galactonite. He's like a reconstruction.
No, Galactonite is the only one of those bosses that's real.
Okay.
He's not.
I was just gonna say maybe he was. Maybe I was misremembering, and he was. I remember something being about like he's like the one real one.
I think that the thing is though is that even if Galactonite isn't in the main timeline, he's still canon. If that makes sense.
In some way.
Yeah, like he's there. It's just that in the main timeline of every game,
he never gets like brought up. Like he never is summoned.
And then like I guess. Fuck. Also, it's like a continuation between Galactonite's appearances.
Boss. After this, we'll move on to Under the Tail. What am I doing here?
Oh, it's this boss.
What are these numbers indicating?
This boss.
1.
I remember
buttons to press in order.
Bullshit.
And then he arrived. I'm so confused. What am I doing now? just have to remember the order now.
I do not. Maybe.
And it like fires a. Do I have to like
Fires
line it up?
Maybe.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, like this game has like terrible bosses.
This is going to stink. This is really going to put us over the time I was intending.
Also, I think like the perspective on it is like borked. Like I think.
Oh, and now it shoots at me. That's what I needed.
You did it. You got one hit in after like a minute 12 seconds. We're an eighth of the way through. Bum, 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 bum,
I didn't do.
Did you get shot?
Yes, I hate that. It's the same bullets that are so hard to avoid.
Oh, this game knows how to twist the knife, doesn't it? This is such an awful boss. I'm sorry. And like, it's a shame because I made you play the better game first.
Well, now we're stuck. Okay, I got out of there. Good thing we have made this stream more entertaining with our commentary about more interesting topics than the game itself.
Like how Addo and Adeline are the same fucking person.
Do not touch. Do not touch with your orbs. Stop it. I need rings, gosh darn it.
What's your
I missed the ring.
Favorite orbs?
What's your top 10 favorite rings?
The one from Halo.
Sonic and the 10 rings.
There is actually a game where there's 7 rings. Actually, there's 2 games with 7 rings.
Sonic and the 78 rings.
Sonic and the 78 rings.
No, I
the
need
ones
that.
that keep me alive, says Waluigi.
Oh, I need that. I need those rings.
Wait, rings keep you alive?
There we go.
Mushrooms keep you alive?
There we go. Wait, it's not dead. Why did the screen go all white? It was teasing me.
Why'd the screen go all white?
That's what it does when you win, usually.
Could you imagine if, like...
I need those...
Wait.
No, I need those...
I think it's to signal that, like, the platform you're on has started acting silly and is bobbing up and down slightly, making it probably more annoying.
Don't touch me with those orbs. Don't use your orbs on me. I swear. You use those orbs, I'll have some strong words with your manager.
It's manager's Eggman.
There, yes, exactly.
Yeah, but Eggman doesn't give half a spunkledunk.
Arf?
Yeah, it doesn't give half a spunkledunk.
Okay, how do we get out of this? Escape? Oh yes, it was P for pause. And then...
pause.
Is it like... How do I escape?
How do I... Elena, you don't escape.
Do I just close the game? I want to make sure I save.
I think it also saves.
I think so, but...
I think it's done that every time before now. And like, it saves at the start of a zone, and you're in a new zone, and Sonic's looking at the camera.
It's just Kirby
like...
music.
Let me listen 1 second.
Oh yeah, if you just click X, it just does like a fade out. So I guess it's that way.
That really is Kirby music, isn't it?
Yep, just underwater Kirby music.
Music from the bad one.
Is it from Kirby Superstar?
Kirby. No, I think that's from Dreamland 3, which I don't really like. It's not.
I mean,
bad,
they reuse a lot of the same songs,
bland.
so.
Yeah,
anyway,
it might be the exact same song, just with like a different sound font between the two.
I'm gonna be right back for just a moment while I set up Undertale.
Okay.
Thanks for watching this one. Hope you enjoyed. Stick around for a minute and live with. See if I can.
Hell yeah!
See if we can make it past that robot.
Oh yeah, the robot I want to marry.
I think perhaps we should save him back to the characters and see how they hash it out. Being more interesting. Might be more interesting. Income, outcome that way.
I can give you advice if you want.
What?
I mean about that specific boss if you want to take a specific route.
Well, let's talk about that when we start the stream.
Gotcha! Let's go!
Okay. See ya in a minute.
See you in a minute, everybody. Bye!